The voicemail that wasn't meant for me. A few years ago, something happened to me that I still think about, especially late at night when everything is quiet and my phone is face down on the table. It wasn't scary, and nothing dramatic happened in the moment, but it changed the way I look at strangers and the small moments we usually forget. It also changed the way I think about timing, how things line up in ways we never plan. Started on a normal workday. I was driving home, tired in the way you get when the day hasn't been terrible, just long. My phone buzzed while I was stopped at a light. I glanced at it and saw a notification for a new voicemail from an unknown number. No missed call, no text, just a voicemail. That alone felt strange. Most wrong numbers don't bother leaving voicemails anymore, and I figured it was probably a robocall or a mistake. I didn't listen to it right away. I finished the drive, parked, went inside, dropped my keys on the counter, and sat on the couch like I always did. I remember scrolling for a minute, debating whether to delete the voicemail without listening. Eventually I pressed play. First there was only breathing. Slow and uneven, like someone was trying to steady themselves. I actually pulled the phone away from my ear, thinking it was a mistake or some kind of glitch. I almost deleted it right then. Then a man's voice came through, quiet and careful. He said, "Okay, I think I've got the right number this time." He paused for a few seconds like he was deciding whether to keep going. Then he said, "Hi. I don't know if you'll remember me. You probably won't. But I just wanted to say thank you." I frowned at the phone. I didn't recognize the voice at all. I was sure he had the wrong person. He kept talking. He said I probably thought what I did was nothing, but it wasn't. That got my attention. I sat up a little straighter on the couch. His voice didn't sound emotional or dramatic. He just sounded careful, like every word mattered and he didn't want to mess it up. He said that 3 years earlier I had been working late. He came into the place where I worked. He said I looked tired, like I didn't really want to talk to anyone. That part made sense. I worked a lot of late shifts back then. I was tired most of the time. He said he was standing in line, and when it was his turn, I looked at him and said, "Hey, take your time." I felt a strange chill when he said that. Not because it was a big thing, but because it was something I used to say without thinking. It wasn't a customer service line. It was just a habit. I said it when people seemed nervous or rushed. He told me that I didn't know this, but that night he hadn't really spoken to anyone in days. Not in any meaningful way. He said he was planning to go home and not be around anymore. He didn't use the word, but he didn't have to. I understood exactly what he meant. I remember holding my breath without realizing it. My chest felt tight. He said that when I looked at him, it felt like I actually saw him, like he mattered. He said he couldn't explain why, but it stopped him. That one small moment changed the rest of his night. There was a long pause in the voicemail. Then he let out a quiet laugh and said he went home instead. He sat on his floor for a long time and eventually fell asleep. Nothing magical happened. He just made it through the night. By then my hands were shaking. He said he tried to come back to the place where I worked to find me, but I wasn't there anymore. Different shifts, different people. He said it took him years, but he finally asked around and someone gave him my number. He said he hoped it was still mine. I checked the voicemail timer. It was already 4 minutes long. He told me he was okay now, that he got help, that he moved, that he was alive. Then, in a softer voice, he said, "Thank you for saying, take your time." And then the message ended. I sat there staring at my phone long after it went quiet. I replayed the voicemail. Then I replayed it again. I didn't recognize his face or his voice, but I remembered the night. I remembered how exhausted I had been, how burned out I felt, how close I was to checking out emotionally myself. I remembered the man in line. He looked empty, like he was somewhere far away. I remembered slowing down for no real reason. That was it. That was the entire interaction. I never thought about it again until that voicemail. I wanted to call him back, but something stopped me. I don't know why. I looked up the number online, but nothing came up. The next day, I told a friend about it. They said I should absolutely call back. So I did. It went straight to voicemail. I didn't know what to say, so I hung up. Days passed. Then weeks. I started wondering if I imagined the whole thing or if it had been some strange mistake. Then one evening, I got another voicemail from the same number. This time his voice sounded different. Lighter. He said he didn't know if I tried calling, but if I did, he was sorry he missed it. Then he said something that stayed with me. He said I didn't owe him anything. That he didn't leave the message to make me feel responsible. He said he just wanted someone to know that small things matter. that people matter, even when they don't realize it. He said he wouldn't call again. He just wanted to close the loop. Then he said he hoped someone would do the same for me someday. That was the last time I ever heard from him. I still don't know his name. I don't know where he is now. But I think about that voicemail often. For a long time I believed that only big moments mattered. Big talks, big choices, big turning points. Now I know better. Now when I'm in a rush I slow down. When I feel invisible I remember that night. Because you never know when you're part of someone else's story, even if you never meant to be.